to be like Drew Mulholland when I grow up.
When you grow up,
You know?
it's not going to happen.
Thanks, buddy.
It's not going to happen. You won't grow up. Stay a kid.
Well, buckle up. You are listening to Musicians and Beyond, where we bring you the backstage info on the life, lyrics, and long journeys of the music industry. Last week we had Ash Taylor. She is a singer-songwriter out of Nashville, a tremendous artist. Please go check her out at ashtaylor.com, and you can also find her on Instagram at ashtaylormusic. Great guest, great music, and everything. And speaking of great, I got the sexiest man in the industry as my co-host today, Mr. Francois Samad. Francois, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, honey. How are you?
I'm doing great. You've had a busy month, really, or you're always busy, but you've been doing some great stuff.
Yeah, since maybe I would say 2 months, a good crazy 2 months, like really busy with my own stuff, but with also Seacoast Idol, as you know, you were on the board this year,
Yes.
and always a good supporter of the show.
Yeah,
and,
it was such an honor to be up there. And our guest today, I met because of what you do with Seacoast Idol.
Yes.
So let's find out who do we have today.
Yeah. We have, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jimmy MacWilliams is in the house today. Hi, Jimmy.
What's up, y'all?
Jimmy, thanks for coming in. I know you lived in New England, and then you went down to Nashville.
Yes, sir.
And you're back, so thanks
Yeah.
for stopping in while you're on vacation before
Yeah.
you go back to Nashville and hit it big.
That's a hope.
That's a hope. Tell us what's happened since the last time we've talked to you. There's been a lot of changes in your life musically.
Yeah, so musically, moved down to Nashville. We moved down 4 months ago, just about, and we had single come out since then. It was about 2 weeks ago, called Picture Frames, which is awesome. And getting a group together down there. We're gonna start playing down in Broadway and getting some stuff going on, some live gigs called Mustang Sons. That's our group. Which is going to be fun. Nashville is a good vibe, and we just like being down there, which is fantastic. We love the Nashville just city in general, and then the music atmosphere is awesome. But, yeah, now we're back here for music purposes. Obviously, get to see what Francois put together this year, which he did an incredible job. And of course, I had to pass over the reins to Mr. Tyler Leves, who absolutely killed it. He did a great job. So did Eloise, and so did Preston. They did a really wonderful job. But it's great to be up here again, and we just missed New England a ton. So it's nice to be back home.
Isn't it amazing how many unbelievable artists are right in our own backyard?
It's crazy.
It's great. And you found them all.
I mean, they find us. They just send their, videos and just like they I don't know. We find light attract light, I guess.
Yeah.
Just like,
He's pulling people out of the metropolitan area of Boston to go do something in Salisbury, Massachusetts. I think that's
crazy,
incredibly impressive. Yeah.
I don't know. I find just like, it's with the purpose of the show we did, as you know, we grab quality and we just like the intention behind that are pure and are like well directed to have real people meeting other real musicians so they can package them or give them like real advice and real gift as it's money. Again, I said that on Tuesday, but money's good. But when you have videos, when you have photo shoots, when you have material that you can work with and throw to the world, it carries a long way, more than the money, I would
100%.
say.
Yeah, 100%.
Just probably the people are really attracted by the I don't know, the truth of the show and the purpose of it.
Yeah, and there's some great networking because all these contestants, they've joined up together for different collaborations or they've recommended each other, and it's really a great group of people.
Yeah,
I was totally impressed.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And you were the big winner last year.
Yeah, yes.
And there was a lot on the line. I mean, there was $1,000 prize.
$1,500 this year that we had.
Inflation? I don't know if it's gone up that much.
Jimmy, I'm sorry. We just
had
had like 500 more this year. It was just like, it's Barry's Tavern in Denver. They were there 2 weeks ago, and they decided to sponsor last minute to put another $500 cash on top of it this year.
Great.
So thank you, Joe Bono.
It's awesome.
But Robert Hare that did the photo shoot, super talented guy. Plus the 2 videos with PBJ Record, JP Saro, who is still our MC, but good friends. So it just it just carries a long way.
You're killing it.
Yeah.
You're doing good stuff.
100%.
When you're down in Nashville, you said you're putting together a bunch of new bands. What's the name of the new band again?
The band is called Mustang Sons.
Mustang Sons.
Yes, sir.
And how'd you find these guys? Were they someone that you knew when you went down there, or just kind of?
Yeah. So we, when I moved down there, one of my buddies that was on The Voice, who convinced us to kind of go more towards the Nashville area as opposed to LA, which was kind of on the table, but we didn't know if we were going to go to California. So Nashville seemed better, and he's part of the reason we went. So we went to Losers. For anyone that goes down to Nashville and frequents the local bars, we went there and we saw a band. And he was like, "We could do this. Like, this seems like something we can pull off." So we were like, "All right, let's give it a shot." So we got one of our good friends, his son's a drummer, and then we met up with a guitar player who was a bartender, and he's like, "Hey, my band fell apart. I can absolutely come play out with you guys." And we have 4 guys that are just incredible, and we've been getting some places that are like, "All right, we're gonna start booking you once you guys are tight and ready to roll." And it's been fun. It's nice having like a group. I've played out by myself for 11 years, so to have people next to you, I'm like, this makes my job way easier. This is awesome.
How fun is that?
It's
Seeing
the best, yeah. That's why we love being down there.
Gelled.
And do you think that Nashville is the new LA?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, I think the atmosphere in Nashville is just very productive. I expected it to be very cutthroat, and I haven't lived in LA, so I can't speak on the true ambiance or how well people mesh over on the West Coast. But Nashville seems to be the music capital of the country, at the very least, if not more than that. Everyone's there. It's just nice to know whenever you get close to the musician, even if they don't live there, you could just hang in Nashville because they're going to come at some point. Someone's coming to Nashville at all times. I love Boston, but it's, I don't know the next time my Nashville buddy's going to come up to New England. It's tough. So being in Nashville, it's like, all right, the producer's going to be down here at some point. If there's a singer you like, they're probably going to do a show here at some point. And aside from that, I mean, we found our guitar player behind a bar. You're just going anywhere, and everyone's got chops. Everyone just loves music. There's usually an ulterior motive why people are there all the time. So you're just surrounded by it all the time, which I love.
Do you find it motivational to be around all these incredible musicians that, you look at them and you're like, wow, this guy's good. I got to really sharpen my skills and keep it up. Is that a motivator for you?
100%. I always think iron sharpens iron. It's the best way to be around it is to be just engulfed in it. We do writers rounds, and that's kind of the way you get your foot in the door at a lot of these places is to do open mics or writers rounds where you're not getting paid. It's kind of the beginning luck of the draw if you can get a slot, and it's just you got 4 songs, and they're going to be originals, see what you can do, and you hear these guys next to you, and you're like, you guys can write, and you guys can sing, and you guys have stage presence. So when you come back, you're like, all right, I have to be prepared. So I find myself writing a heck of a lot more than I used to write, or trying to be more social with the crowd like the guys next to me are. It's just when you're next to people, you're like hearing pipes. It's another reason, part of Seacoast Idol, when you see people come up and they're doing originals and belting their lungs out, you're like, oh, I have to bring it. Like, it's not as like I'm not good and I should be afraid, but it's like, all right, we all make each other better. And
is that overwhelming too? Like, because you're just getting better, and again, like John said, that you get influenced by that ton of talent, but
yeah.
Is it gets overwhelming sometimes having that many musicians around, and it gets like, oh shit,
Yeah, I always like it. I like being engulfed by it. I love being in the swarm of just like studio singer over here, going over do a writer's route. Like, I love when people are always just invested in it. I actually had a harder time in areas where it was like, all right, there's like 12 venues, you have to fight for it. That was harder for me, and I felt more nervous. Whereas down there, I always felt like you could get humbled quickly when someone comes up and you're kind of not in your game that day, and someone comes up and belts a great song that was great writing to it, and they have great vocals, and you're like, all right, so I'm gonna get showed up today. But it's just part of I never felt in my head that like, oh, this is intimidating and I don't want to be around these people. It always felt like there's no way you're not gonna get better. If you're surrounded by it, you are gonna get better. And
it's proven 35% of your talent get better when you're surrounded by great people. No, 15%. You get 15% better, and it's proven what I'm saying. You get 15% better of whatever level you are when you're surrounded by greatness, and 35% lower if you're surrounded by less.
Yeah.
And you know.
100%. If you're around,
if I explained it well.
Yeah.
French accent. But it's just like being surrounded by great people makes you better.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're around smart people, you're going to get smarter, or you're at least going to question things more and want to learn more.
Yes.
Like, there's just no way, unless you have a different attitude towards it and you're going down there like, I'm going to be the best. You're not. You're not going to be the best. You
That's
are.
why I hang around with you, to see if I'll get better looking and
come on.
smarter.
Yeah, right. See, this is where I get home.
Oh, come on. Tell me what.
No, but I think being humble is the key that opens the door to success.
Yeah.
Because you have talents, we all have different talents, but I think that being humble is the first rag that polish something that can become great.
100%. You're not receptive to new information or learning more, or you can't be next to the guy saying like, "Oh, he's better. I'm not going to listen to him." You're gonna be like, "He's got great guitar chops. He did this. I like how he wrote that." I mean, just there are people there. If you're there for the love of music, not for the love of yourself, I think you're going to get better pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I love it down there, and
But
you
both
guys
are necessary. Both of you need to love yourself too.
100%. Yeah. I'm a fan. I just sometimes I hear myself sing and I hear other people. I'm like, oh, I want to listen to them for a little while. So you got to have some humility with you too. But yeah, we're there to learn and just have fun and be surrounded by it. And it's hard not to get. You're going to get something out of it.
But
so
you have that humble side too, which that's why we love you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
humbleness definitely takes a person or the musician a lot farther than not being humble.
Yeah.
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 What's your friend saying? Don't be a dick.
One of our previous guests was Paul Bielatovich from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and we asked what advice he'd give an up-and-coming musician.
Yeah.
And he simply said, "Don't be a dick."
Yeah.
And it is so true, because if you are, for such a big world, it's a small world, and everyone knows what everyone else did, and who to play with and who not to play with. So,
100%.
yeah, be humble and kind, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole industry is about connections and being with other people, and not to say you're only friends with people to get something out of it, but everyone has something to offer. So if you are shutting people out, you find out real quickly. The people that are connected are the ones that are generous and selfless and want to go out of their way because they want to be a good person. And the people that are, who are you and how can I allow you? Like you're not at my level. I don't want to spend my time talking to you. They get shut out and ostracized pretty darn quickly. So I think it's good advice. I would take that. If it's a T-shirt, I'll take it. Don't be a dick.
We'll make you one.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great advice. Great advice.
Yeah.
What advice would you give?
It's funny. I was on Drew's show the other day, and he asked me the same thing. And I said, just love the process. Love the ups, love the downs. There's a lot of things that we do that it seems like you're able to fail a ton in the weight room, in workouts, and anything you do, you could fail. Chess, you just lose, and it's such a normal part of the process, and you just keep getting better. Seems like music is one where you're so enveloped in it, and you're so much a part of what you're making that if you fail, don't have a good set, you don't win a competition, you don't get the gig that you wanted, it seems like people want to quit immediately. It's tough. So you have to love the process of just, I love writing. I may not get every gig. This may not go platinum. And most of the time it's not going to. You just have to love I love sitting in my room and writing. I love doing gigs, even if I'm not perfect at it. I love the grind of trying to post on social media and knock on more doors. If you love that stuff, I don't even think your odds are higher. I think it's guaranteed to happen. The people that stopped, it's not like, oh, I wasn't going to make it. It's just at some point, you stopped. Yeah. I don't think it's ever going to be you might find it different. Nashville's a 10-year town, they say. It may not be your spot that you thought you were going to end up, but you will find your spot. It's somewhere. You have to love the great parts, and you have to love the low lows. It's kind of just part of it.
You don't do mistakes. Mistakes are making you. That's 100%. What Sheeran said a few weeks ago. He said, I learned nothing from success.
Yeah.
You learn nothing from success.
Yeah.
Because he knew already from the failures what will happen when you succeed.
Which is true.
You just happen to be there. Yeah. And it's something that I kind of, I don't know if I can say realized or reminded myself, or something reminded myself of, like you said, the journey. The journey is the teacher.
Yeah.
And when you get there, you just get there. Yeah. But you just need to be what you want to be now. Yeah. This is weird what I'm going to say, but you have to act like if you're succeeding or on the big stage right now, because this is what's going to get you ready when it's happening for real.
100%.
And it says what I do. That's why I dress how I dress. That's why I do what I do. That's what I've been doing this for years and decades, because I like to do that, because this is how that makes me feel good first. Yeah. But this is the preparation for putting yourself in a bigger situation where you're going to be ready to face it.
100%. 100%. It's just,
Am
you got
I talking too much again?
No.
man. We went full inspirational podcast today.
Yeah.
This is
Welcome, inspirational
actually-
podcast.
do some gospel.
Welcome to the Francois Samad Show, people.
This was a great TED Talk.
Should I
can't
invite
do.
you? Should I
But
leave?
it's just, I just love what you just said. The journey is so important.
Yeah, you gotta love being on the launching pad. Like, there's something fun to being like, I got to busk around gigs, and when the guys that are all big, they were like, I remember when I had my backpack and I was going from like Tootsies to Old Reds to do a show. Like, that's the fun stuff, and I always love that. You know, I'm liking it now, and I love the nitty gritty, and I don't, you know, I'm not making crazy money for music. I'm just doing it because I love it, and if it takes off, you know, I'm going to be really happy about it, but I love this now. If I didn't, I probably would have stopped years ago. So, just love the
musician
process.
and beyond right now.
Heck yeah.
You are. That's,
And I made it.
That's the top of the food chain.
That's how you know you made it. You see that microphone logo, you're like, this
Yeah,
is it.
it's
I
unbelievable.
made it.
Yeah.
It's musicians and beyond. Then who's next?
Rogan's
Howard
underneath you, I
Stern?
think. You.
Howard
Yeah,
Stern?
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern, then
yeah.
Rogan.
Rogan?
Yeah.
Rogan, yeah. We passed
yeah,
Dolly
you-
on the way in here, so that's how you know. Yeah.
I like to be on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you talk about a song that you recently released.
Yeah.
And can you tell us what the name of that is? And we can find that everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
Spotify. So
Yeah, it's been released everywhere. It's on all streaming services. It's called Picture Frames. We're talking about like how motivational music is. I wrote this one about because I'm 30. My soon-to-be wife is going to be 30 soon, and
congratulations. She's in the audience.
and it was moving to Nashville and pursuing music, but we're also like going to get married and having a kid at some point. And it's like, when do you? At some point, I was like, is there a point where this stops? And I wrote this about having a husband that's on tour in a studio, not home, and like kind of the sad parts, and just like looking at your family through a picture frame to be like, that's where all the not to be Debbie Downer, but it was walking into a house where like that family's not together a lot because he just keeps pursuing his music dream, and I had to get my nerves out, so I wrote this one, which is a little bit more on the somber side. I love the music to it, and it was fun to write, but yeah, it was just about the some downsides to following your dream and your passion, and going for it and not always being home.
Cool.
So I
cool.
wrote this
Let's
one.
listen to it. This is Jimmy MacWilliams. That's you can find him on the internet under Jimmy MacWilliams, MAC.
Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate it.
Because,
No one ever spells it right.
I made that mistake 3 times too. I'm sorry.
Everyone does. No, you're good, dude. It's everyone. Don't ask me to spell Francois. 30's gonna make us a better life. He'll be on the road, but he'll always call at midnight. And I see the ghosts that fill this empty house. One day he'll be home to take their place at sundown. But when that porch light starts to burn out, we'll pack your favorite clothes and leave this town. So honey, will you call it and tell me you found a record deal? You got dreams so old, but it gets old when you're stuck behind the wheel. You got a heart of gold, but it's always miles away. Hours on the phone and love I've known is stuck in picture frames. Sometimes I see your face in the living room fire, so I'll throw another log just to keep me warm tonight. Money's been tight and the thermostat's 64. Maybe next winter we can buy a place south of the Jersey Shore. So I'll cross every finger I have that I can be in this house when you get back. So honey, why you call ahead and tell me you found a record deal? You got dreams so old, but it gets old when you're stuck behind the wheel. You got a heart of gold, but it's always miles away. picture frames, old strings of worn-out songs, vinyls and sing-alongs, voicemails and dial tones on it. Floorboards that never creak, night falls and I can't sleep, warm arms never in the bed. So honey, will you call me soon when you finish up your show? And these weeks have grown to months and now I'm growing old and alone. I heard the radio play your single, it sounds great. So won't you call me in the morning if you don't sleep in too late? Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. And too late. Hey, yeah.
Jimmy MacWilliams, ladies and gentlemen, with Picture Frame. Great song. It sounds radio ready.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
You know, when I saw your video earlier, and you know, you and your wife-to-be are driving down the road, my thought was, like, this isn't his song. This is an established song because it's so perfect and like
I
said,
appreciate
radio,
it, man. Thank you.
radio ready.
I hope so. Yeah, it took a little while. I sat on that one for a little bit, and I was like, I don't know if I want to release this. I try to be as like upbeat and motivational as I can. I'm like, here's a depressing song about music. But
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that can relate to that, and it's true.
yeah.
I mean, look at the song "Journey Faithfully." That's kind of what it's about. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a hit.
The road ain't no place for a family or something like that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So you gotta think about the downsides. All the stuff that I'm like have my biggest fears about. I like writing about it, and they sound a little depressing and ballad-esque, but it ends up getting like my nerves out. I'm like, all right, I won't let that happen.
But it's true in, you know, what a musician has to go through to become where they're looking to go. There's a lot of stuff they have to give up. They leave their families, their kids. They don't get to, you know, see their child graduate or maybe even get married. You know,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a lot to it. So.
It's a rough road. I forgot what interview it was. It was on a podcast. I remember hearing Luke Combs like missing like the birth of his kid. He was in Australia, and like it's just, you know, it's a pain in the butt part. Never trying to deter people from it, but there's a reason not everyone does this. It's not always easy. It's a little heartbreaking sometimes, and I still wouldn't trade it for anything. But it's figured out right about it.
it can be tough chasing your dreams and
Oh, yeah.
getting to be successful. What do you find as the definition of successful? What is your end game? Where would you like to be?
I would love to. I love music. I love every aspect of it, of writing it, of getting more involved in the recording process, in performing out, obviously. If I can have my life be surrounded by music and making a paycheck and taking care of my family, you know, I can't imagine a win better than that, where I can strum a guitar and retire my wife. You know, that would be the ultimate dream. And, you know, there's bells and whistles of like I would love to be on tour and meet these famous celebrities and all that, but it's just that's bells and whistles. If I can support my family doing what I love, like you guys do, you know, that's you won. Like I don't. There's so many people that I see make great paychecks, and they're like, well, I got to submit this Super Bowl Sunday and do my thing, and you know, I'd say if you can take care of your family doing something you love, that's a pretty big win.
It's a lifestyle.
It is.
It's a lifestyle.
It's not always easy.
You cannot even be 99% in it. You have to be 100%.
Yeah.
And just like this is, I don't know. That's everyone says that, but when you do like we do, like people understand what means 100%. The 1% that you're not in counts.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a lifestyle.
It is.
And everyone that does it, like, just like, again, like you said, you're not getting better if you don't rehearse. If you practice, there's a muscle memory to keep for the, you know, I went away last week. I didn't play for five days. Came back home. I just don't remember how.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
So
man.
fast.
So fast. Takes years to get somewhere.
I know,
It takes
dude.
a minute to forget about it. It's just right. But it's really that lifestyle that keeps you your chops and you're just like vocally, you need to warm up. You need to just work on your vocals, work on your skill for writing. It's a lifestyle. It takes a lot of time to get where you are, and don't blink.
It does.
And keep your 100% on it.
Yeah.
Make sure it works.
100%. It definitely is a lifestyle. You got to keep the rhythm. It's like cardio. It's like running, I imagine.
Yeah.
I'm not a runner by any means, but I feel like my cardio, it's just, you work for it forever. You take a couple days off for a week. You're like, man, that left fast. So it's the same thing with music. You're gigging 5 days a week and you're sharp. You're like, I am exhausted, but everything's really tight. And then you can take a week off and you're like, oh, wow, my muscle memory is a little off. My voice is a little bit weaker. And it's specific.
It's muscles.
It is, but when I think about, like, I'm getting paid to do what I was going to do in my bedroom alone, I'm like, what's better than that,
That's cool.
It's freaking awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you've had some success already. Not only were you the Seabrook Idol winner last year, which is now the Seacoast Idol.
Yes.
You sang the National Anthem for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
You performed at the
Patty's Day
parade, St. Patty's Day Parade with, what's there, 1.5 million people there or something?
Yeah, I heard something. It was over 1 million, I heard, so.
Yeah, and you were a contestant on The Voice at one point.
Yeah. It's good. I've gotten lucky with some things, and this definitely, the more you do it, more opportunities that are going to come up. And I was always told by my future wife, never say no to a gig. You never know what's going to happen from it. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know how good it's going to sound. You never know what opportunity next week is going to come up just because someone's like, honestly, even Seabrook, we didn't even know, about it. And so kind of relatively close to when the audition process was getting close. And then I'm here hanging with you guys a year later, and it's Fenway Park happened, Patty's Day happened, last night happened, we're partying up, or 2 nights ago, where we're... I
know time flies.
I know, I'm like, that was a month ago. And yeah, we just get to do all the just fun stuff, and it's fun. It's just it's been fun doing the stuff that I look back and like see like a montage clip of like things we've done in the last couple of years. I'm like, this is crazy. It's like we get to do a lot of fun stuff. It takes a lot of showing up, a lot of miles in your car, but it's all fun.
80% of success is showing up.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you see, there's people that are crazy talented, but they don't show up.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah, especially in the music world, I find it's hard just getting rehearsals together. People.
Actually, thank you for the advice, because don't say no. If you really can't, you can't. But don't say no. Just it means showing up.
100%.
Show up, and you're creating a momentum that things are happening good for you.
Yeah.
And I always say the same thing, but I will say it till I die. The worst thing that can happen to you, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing is long.
Yeah.
Exactly. So whatever happened, there's always something that you will withdraw from that will serve you in the future.
Yeah, 100%. Even going out to The Voice, I said that during the finale. I was like, I don't think anyone has had public display of failure harder than I have. Yeah, and I don't want to.
What does that mean?
I didn't want it to be like I never looked at that event as a failure, but I was in front of EGOT winners and Grammy award winners and people that were like the elite of the elite, A-list celebrities that were like, no. You're like, I just want that opportunity to not only see you, but I get to play in front of you. And they told me they didn't want me. And I was like, I didn't think I can get a punch in the gut like that in my life. But, a couple years later, I'm in Nashville with a buddy that I met down there doing gigs down in the music capital of the country. And I get to that was an opportunity driving back in the van with my parents of like, how badly do you want it? If I got a yes from Reba, everyone's going to love music. If you get a yes from John Legend to say, I want you on my team, everyone's going to love music at that point. Who's going to love it when you're driving back home with a no after committing your time and your effort to trying to be, you think you're going to walk out of the place with like $1 million in your pocket and a record label and all this stuff, to leave with nothing. It's like, how bad? Let's prove it. Show me how bad you want it. Driving home with a no. And I felt like everything after that, got Fenway Park a year later and Patty's Day and meeting you guys and doing 5 nights a week of gigs because of Jay Pissarros and being on podcasts like this. It's just, there is no failure. The worst that can happen is nothing. All that other crap is in your head. You just build up these ethereal, like, this is the what if hypothetical that I think is going to happen.
It's us most of the time, Our worst enemies it's us most of the time.
Heck yeah. Yeah, heck yeah.
And as you're climbing the ladder of musical success, you're going to get a lot of no's.
You're going to.
Doors are going to shut right in your face. But every time one shuts, the old saying, you know,
But
another
you
one
want-
opens, and it's so true.
You want those no's. You know why? Because it builds your character, but also you don't want to be with everybody that says, you don't want to have everybody that says yes to you.
Yeah.
You pick your friends, right?
Yeah.
You have to pick the people that want to also work with you. So
Yeah.
if they all say yes, you know, you need to funnel the results that you want at the end with the right people.
Yeah.
If they say no, it might be the best thing that he could have said to you in your life.
100%.
You know? Like the judges, they didn't want you at that moment. But if you go there again this year or next year, let's say you do this, maybe they will want you because you matured. You become a different person, better musician, and this and that because you went through those no's.
Yeah, I think that's I don't think you ever just receive a no. I think you earned that no, which I think you just kind of said right there.
Yeah.
And I think that's a nice way to, you earned it. You earned that failure. And I think I think my mom said this a while ago, you got to collect them. You got to collect your failures, collect your no's. It's not like a fork in the road where like this fails, this wins, you pick the wrong one. I think you got to do your part. Everyone that's ever been successful gets a hell of a lot. They got more no's than you did. The people that are down at the bottom and never tried, never went to that open mic.
Never,
you know?
Exactly.
So you got to earn them. You got to earn those.
And to get the opportunity, just to get the opportunity to perform in front of them must be incredible.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was a great time. You just getting, I got a yes to be out there, you know. So I was honored to be at that point where they weed, you know, 10,000 people out to get on the show, and then they weed people out there. It means a heck of a lot, you know. So I got to get some feedback from Mr. John Legend, Niall Horan, Gwen Stefani, and Reba McEntire in the eyes, and they gave me feedback. That's something I don't know. There's a very slim amount of people on the planet that got to have that. So it's a win. I'll take it as a win.
What did they give you for advice, and did you follow it?
John said he didn't like the. I didn't pick my song. I was more of the small fish in that pond. So a lot of the people were kind of granted a lot of the songs they needed or wanted, and I got one that wasn't exactly what I would pick. And he said, "I wish you built it a little bit more." And I've taken that to heart. I feel like there are a lot of times, as soon as I open my mouth, that's got to be the Whitney Houston high note that needs to win people over, and that's not the way you got to sing. You got to. I don't know, make love to a song. Is that, I don't know. That's the only way I usually think about singing is it's got to be a slow progression and build up and really feed the parts that need it. And not everything needs to be pedal to the metal all the time. And I took that to heart. I love that. And Niall and Reba said something around like, I sound like Eddie Vedder. And I was like, that's amazing. It's a huge compliment coming from you guys. And there was just things in the preparation process that I never took to heart. That I wasn't a big, here's a song, you have 90 seconds, wow us in 90 seconds. After being quiet in a dark room where you're like, I feel like anyone that plays out 30 minutes in, you are loose. You feel fantastic. Those first couple songs, they take a little bit to kind of get there. So to have like a minute, it's like, all right, I got to do this a little bit differently. And then my fiance was like, why don't you try this singing competition where you get to like hone that skill. You get one song, figure it out, find a way to wow people in one take. And then by the time we were done, which I'm sure you see every single season, week 1 to week 5 or week 6, they're different musicians. By the time they're done, you're like, oh, I get it. I get this like wow factor, how I prep, how do I warm up, what songs do I pick? And you just get better at trying to like captivate that audience real quick. And then you just learn.
It's work, man.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a lot of
work.
This music thing is it's a pain in the butt. My dad always said music is better than drugs, but it's no cheaper. It's
Might be more expensive.
It probably, honestly, yeah, I think it probably would be. Like strings are how much? So,
And those opinions from the judges, again, are just their opinions. I got to judge Francois' competition last week, and
nice.
you know, my reasoning is different than the other two judges.
Yeah.
And it's really tough to come to a consensus of who's the best and why. And
You have your filters, your things you love, and you know.
and everyone's different. You like this kind of music, they like that kind of music.
I always thought, like, it's great to perform for people that you guys know music inside and out and have your intricacies of, like, I know songwriter, I know performing. You guys have been around that for so long. So to hear feedback is fantastic there. And then also to play to audiences, it's great to hear for people that are professionals. 99% of the people you are playing for, they don't know music. They don't know scales. They never picked up an instrument. That is your audience. 99% of Taylor Swift fans aren't producers. They're laymen that are like, I listen to this for fun. So it's great to hear that feedback and then also play it for people like, this is my audience that's I'm going to be playing to. It's going to be people that hear my stuff on the radio that don't know a lick of what the blues scales are or what a Martin guitar is, or it's the people that don't know it. And you need to
Martin?
Well, yeah, I'm playing it Taylor, so I should have Taylor guitars. Those are the people you're playing for, so it's nice to get that feedback from professionals like you guys, and also from the people that are going to hear it on the radio, that are going to make up 99% of the people that listen on Spotify and Apple Music and all this kind of stuff. So everyone's got a different ear and gives you a different portion of feedback. So it's good to have that eclectic ear, which is good.
I like it. So you are watching and listening to Musicians and Beyond with Sarabian and Samard. Kind of sounds pretty good. Sarabian and Samard.
I'm getting used to it.
And we are here with Jimmy MacWilliams. Make sure you go and check him out on all social media. Download him on everything, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite music. And we're going to hear more from Jimmy MacWilliams right now. Cool. Jimmy, can you play us a song?
Yeah, this was one. It's one of my favorite ones I wrote, and it's for my future wife. I can sleep way easier when you're inside my bed. I don't feel my mind race when you're stuck in my head. You're the smoke scented to calm all the honeybees. You're the pink sky sent to calm all the storming seas. I don't know how you do the things you do, but everything around you just works out. 'Cause you're a puzzle, I can't hold it more, but I won't figure out. It's just the way it all works out. But your love is warmth and rainy weather, front yard swing that's tightly tethered, and I'll swing with you through every hurricane. I was broken glass left on the railroad, and love in ways becomes a gemstone, and I don't know how it works, but it does. Some questions don't have answers from above. It works just because it's your love, it's your love. It works just because it's your love, it's your love. I can sleep in a driftwood track with my head resting on the sand, without a penny to my name and your fingers in my hands. I lay there till my body rots away. There's nowhere better I could be now anyway. 'Cause you're a puzzle, I can't hold it more, but I won't figure out. It's the way it all works out. 'Cause your love is warmth and rainy weather, a front yard swing that's tightly tethered, and I'll swing with you through every hurricane. I was broken glass left on the railroad, and love in ways becomes a gemstone, and I don't know how it works, but it does. Some questions don't have answers from above. It works just because it's your love, it's your love. It works just because it's your love, it's your love. how the Great Walls built or the pyramids stand, or you fell in love with a broken man. I'll never know. I'll never know. How your love is warm than rainy weather. For your swing, it's tightly tethered. I'll swing with you through every hurricane. I was broken glass on the railroad, and love in ways becomes a gemstone. And I don't know how it works, but it does. Some questions don't have answers from above. Some questions don't need answers from above. It works just because it's your love, it's your love. It works just because it's your love, it's your love.
Jimmy MacWilliams, another good one. You know, it's great. You obviously are a family man.
Yes, sir.
You talk about your wife and your mother and your father, and
Yes, sir.
you said earlier, you said, you know, do you mind if I bring some of my family? Well, I didn't expect you to pull up a bus and unload everybody here, and it's great that they support you in what you do, because a lot of the people that we've come across in the past, their family doesn't really support them. You know, we had talked earlier how, you know, some people aren't from a musical family, or they don't encourage them to go for their dreams. So it's really nice to see everybody out there, and Zaya too, how's it? Out there, you know, supporting you in being your biggest cheerleaders.
They're awesome. They would support me if I was doing music under a bridge. I know certainly my future wife would. My dad always said, it's great that you have a degree, but you know, that's a security blanket. Go do music. There's a reason you're doing this. And same thing with my mother showing up to every freaking gig that I did, driving a lot of miles to come see me, and my sister, and everyone is just so supportive. And our family is like that in every regard. It's like, whatever you're going to do, we're going to be there for you. And I know they've done that from the first day I was stepped on a wrestling mat, doing that my whole life. And we've done that, you know, watching my sister and winning state championship soccer matches and watching her do great things. To gigs where I'm singing to literally the bartender, you know, where there's no one there and they show up. And now that it's gotten, you know, they could care less about this, you know, the voice crap, and they're appreciative and love that I get to have more stages. But like, you could be playing to no one, I'm going to be there. And I love that. And it's been part of the reason I get to do this kind of stuff, is because I have people that are like, I don't give a shit how successful you are in this. You get to play strings and make money and make people happy, and you get to be happy, and I get to throw your songs on Spotify and that kind of stuff. You know, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have them, but I sure shit have a lot of reasons to write and play music because of them. So, very grateful.
Support's really important.
100%.
It starts with family, you know.
It does.
Of the time. Like, and this is Eloise that said, like, you know, she wrote a song about her parents not being musical at all, but they're still supporting her. But you just, like, you know, if you don't have that support, I think you can get lonely.
Yeah.
You know, can get lonely because you're doing something that nobody understands, really. You know, because if you're not an artist, it's hard to understand what you do with that talent, or what they're doing. So, like, you playing guitar. I remember when I was younger saying, "Oh, what are you tired about? You're playing guitar."
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is what it looks like from the front, but when you're doing it, it's just a different thing. And again, support, like, you know, keeps you doing this, and from the start, family is really important.
It really is. And I've seen you and your family, obviously, and how supportive they are. I mean, I haven't seen you do a single thing from, like, setting up a mic stand to doing a show where your daughter's not there, and seeing your whole family just being, it's the same thing. And I know you guys have a huge family yourself, and I see you guys on Facebook and posting all the supportive stuff, and your daughter's dancer, right?
Yeah,
and
she
showing up
dances
at
for
the back.
Syracuse University.
Yep, and seeing how you guys are tight, it just makes it better. I love that kind of stuff. I always wanted to make my fuel. All the people that told me I couldn't do it, all the hard stuff in it, I'm gonna make that my gasoline.
Yep.
And then when things go right, those are the people I'm gonna crack a beer with. So it's nice to have that at the end of the line.
They're going to be the ones when you really hit it big, asking you for passes and free tickets.
Damn
and all
straight,
that.
probably.
No, pay for them like everyone else. That's another thing, you know. An artist works very hard to get where they are,
Yeah.
and people always expect like the free benefits of it.
Oh, of course.
Just because, I mean, if Francois is playing, I've never once said, "Can I have a free ticket?" If he asked me for one,
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go out and solicit it. Like people,
Oh,
you
people
find
do.
that a lot of people, your phone rings from people you haven't heard from in a while, or whatever you're playing on.
I don't know. It's just like I have the same. I'm really like picky about my friends, and I don't know. They've just always been around me. I have friends since I'm probably 13, something. Just like I always say that I don't know. It never really happened that much, or that probably never really bothered me because I don't remember it or recall that. But it's just, I don't know. I'm trying to get the best people around, so it's just like, you know.
Well, I got you bamboozled. You hanging in there.
I would do anything for you.
You're the best, Francois. You are the best. Jimmy, a lot of your songs seem to be out of personal experiences.
Yeah.
When you write your music, where do you come up with all the ideas for them? Are they all personal? Are some hypothetical? Or where do you derive everything from?
Yeah, it's tough. I think there's a few songs that I write that are hypothetical that I just get inspired by, where you're watching a show or listening to something or someone does a podcast and hear like a unique line or a situation. You're like, oh, it's a unique topic, because I try not to sing about the same. You know, I love getting into bed with you and kissing you good morning. Like some things you were like, all right, I need something unique to kind of latch to. So usually try to write about things that are a little bit off the cliche path, but it's hard to say. Sometimes you just start strumming, and I call it like free writing, where you're just hitting chords, and depending what you're playing, a line comes in your head. You're like, I didn't know I was thinking about that, but maybe that's the line I need to go into. So usually when I'm writing a song, I just think of whatever comes first to my head of a line. You're like, okay, I was thinking about like, you know, the next song I was gonna play was about like, I don't like talking about my feelings a whole lot, and it was like, maybe I'm just a liar all the time, because you're just like, how you doing? I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm always quick and like, what am I going to do? Open up to like random people and say like the deep, dark parts of your life? You're like, all right. So I had a song where like liar kept coming up, and I was like, all right, I guess that's what I need to write about. And then it happens. It's hard to say, like, if there was a way I can tap into a roadmap and say, here's where inspiration comes from, I'd be parked there all day. But I don't always fit. It just hits you. That's why Jimi Hendrix went to the bathroom with an electric guitar in his lap, because you never know where it's going to happen.
Crazy too.
Yeah, so
It's from everywhere. I think it's like everything can be inspiration. We're channel. We're a radio station. This is where I see it.
Yeah.
We're a radio station, and you catch stuff that comes in.
Random stuff,
and you pick it, you do something with it, or, you know, it's like universal laws. Like, it's just like the universe throwing things at you, and you're catching stuff here and there, and you put them together.
Yeah, I think the more you get to writing, doing the writing aspect of it, I will write plenty of shit songs until the good one comes out. Like, all right, cool, that's the good one. You know, it's not like a process like, here's how you write good music. It's just writing a lot of bad stuff, and then the good one happens. You're like, finally.
Sheeran said the same thing. You know what?
Turning the tap on?
Songwriter is like a kind of a documentary of how he writes songs.
I think I've watched everything he's ever made.
He said it's like
Dirty tap.
unplugging like a sink. You know, just like all the crap goes out, and you pump, and all the crap comes out and stuff, and all of a sudden it's like clear water.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but I think it makes sense. So like, just like,
you do it enough, you're going to make something good. So the inspiration is just, I'm lucky enough that I'm around people that are like heavy into like, I feel like the people in my life, my friends and my family, live really hard. No one goes through the motions. Everyone feels things really hard, really emotional, really passionate, and then that just gives you endless amount of stuff to write about. And you know, I just try to write about anything I can until something clicks. Like, all right, there you go. Got something that's, when I wake up the next day and it's stuck in my head, I'm like, all right, that's the one I got to finish.
and you need to listen to listen what's up, you know?
Yeah.
If you're not aware, if you don't listen, if you don't be in a calm place, or sometimes you just get like, you know, sensitive about this. It's just like, if you don't listen to what's happening, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, you can lose like great ideas that just like can write something that can be really
Exactly.
fruitful, you know?
So when you write these songs that shit songs,
Yeah.
you think you think they're good at the time.
Did you
Oh,
said
yeah.
that?
He
But
said it.
I didn't hear that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
you
in
wrote
the
these
moment.
songs that were shit songs to you. Have
Oh,
they
yeah.
ever gone in the vault and then you pulled them back out and made them completely different and said, geez, I can't believe I took that rock and made it to this beautiful diamond?
Yeah, I think what I go back and do is like trying to make, it's like inventing a new car and you're like, the whole engine isn't running right and it bumps and stuff, but the wheels on it are nice. So you just take that off and put it to something else. So there's usually lines of songs and I'm like, I love that. And then I make the whole song and I'm like, the rest of everything around it is like, this is a $100,000 door on a piece of crap house. So let me take that and put this on another house I'm going to build. And then it usually works. So that's usually, I just dissect it and just pull things out. So there's like, I end up plagiarizing my own music that I'm like, all right, that line didn't work there, but it sure as heck is going to work here. So that's usually what I go back and do. There's rarely, 2 days later is usually when I hear the song, I'm like, that was so boring. I'll play it out loud. It didn't catch in my head. It didn't, or I play it to an audience and like no one looked at me. I'm like, all right, so that wasn't the one. And then you go back and there's other ones that like the first line, people like, that one really clicked. And it's hard to say when that happens, because I remember hearing Stapleton say like, I had this song in the sitting in the vault forever and never played it. Even his wife was like, it's kind of boring. It was Whitehorse, and everyone is like, that is the best song you've ever made. And it's hard to tell. It's from my ear, I try to be as open-minded as I can and see if I'm accurate in saying it's a good song or a bad song, but it's really up to the people you're playing it to be like real judge. Is it going to click or is it not? You just don't know.
In momentum too, we talk about momentum. You put a song today that maybe like been written 50 years ago, nobody would like it. Or the opposite way, you put a song 50 years ago and today nobody's like, well, I don't know, just like it's the momentum. It's so personal at the same time. Why you like a song?
Yeah.
I agree. Absolutely.
It resonates with you for a reason.
I think it's fun. You go through like your I think of that going through my music app, and I downloaded every single song that's on my phone. I never turn my music app on and not skip through 20 of them until I find a song I like. Even though I downloaded them, they're my songs, and I still skip half of them because that mood, I needed AC/DC to be on. I needed Ed Sheeran to be on. I needed a Noah Kahn ballad to be on. You just like, it just depends on the day. It's just a moving needle. You're like, I'm going to write this. I'm proud of it. I felt a lot when I wrote it, and that's all I can ask for. And after that, if it clicks, it clicks. But it's hard to tell you. Sometimes I finish a song, I'm like, that's going to be platinum. And that hasn't happened yet. So,
Well, you need to
maybe
believe, you need to
one
believe it's
one
possible.
day. Yeah. What's that?
You need to believe that's possible, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's really important, because if you think that they all like, you know, unworth it, then just you're never going to put something out, you know?
No, yeah, exactly. You got to just, you're never trying to swing the bat and be like, this is going to be a terrible swing. But
Say one of the best example, when Clapton released the Unplugged album, he was hating everything about it, and the producer said, "You need to put that stuff out, man." Because,
Yeah.
and it happened to be one of the best albums that went out, and it's just like, you know, those versions, Tears in Heaven, and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, hey, and I remember sitting there and playing with him. But it's such a great album.
Yeah.
He hated it.
yeah, that's why you got to play it and be around people you trust their ear and like you trust their judgment.
man.
Because sometimes I play stuff that I'm like, this is amazing, and it just doesn't get caught in your head. But some people are like, that was your favorite. That's my favorite one you play. Some of them that I don't play all the time. Like my mom's like, I love that song. I never play it, and I was like, oh,
And you know what
maybe
you're gonna do when you have a kid? They're gonna hum your songs.
Yeah.
The songs will say, "Oh my gosh, my kids are humming my songs around the house." That's gonna be one of the good things,
That's a
because they're
dream.
listeners too.
Yeah, what's better than
And
that?
if it stays in your head and stays in your kid's head, there's something there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not only repetition. There's earworms that goes, and it hits them in a way that, you know, they're the first listeners.
Yeah.
And
It's like trying to catch air, dude. It's like you never know what's gonna hit. It's almost impossible to be like, this is the equation to figure it out. If there was one, people would be making, All I Ask of Yous and Bohemian Rhapsodies left and right, but they ain't. You just got to keep doing it.
there wasn't a hit at the beginning.
No,
That
not
wasn't.
yeah.
They went and remember the movie. You've seen the movie?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
It
It's
was
a great
not a
movie.
hit at the beginning. They were just like, even they kicked him out the record label.
100%.
Just like, we don't
Yeah.
want that. What the hell is that?
That's what gives me
You
hope.
think they regret it today?
Well, they
Yeah.
damn well regret it.
Do you think they're sad about it today?
When I look back and see like Prince was booed off stage, I'm like, oh, okay, that must be really good.
But there's something. It's just like what is his name? Rick Rubin from Shangri-La. He said, "You play music
for you, you're doing disservice to yourself if you write songs for others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're gonna match a box that does not resemble. It's like putting a rectangle in a triangle and trying to make it fit there.
Yeah.
But you need to be happy and really content and really like to do something that resembles to you.
You gotta love the process. You gotta, if you're making it to be platinum, you're probably not gonna
You're
do
never
that well.
gonna resonate to the people around that should be lover of your own music,
Yeah, exactly.
because you did it for everybody else. You don't want to have everybody. You want to have the audience that really sync with what you do. You're a Springsteen guy, you're an Aerosmith guy, you're an Extreme guy. There's a reason why you have real, like, diehard fans.
Yeah.
Because they get touched by what you do, because you did it for you, but the real you talked into those microphones and sang, and just like, it makes sense for them. So
Yeah, it's tangible. You know when someone wrote it for the right reasons, and the ones that are like,
Oh yeah,
had 20
I skip a
songwriters.
lot too. So just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know.
So, Jimmy, before you go, we'd like to hear one more song. This
Sure
has
thing.
been an incredible afternoon with you and your
Thank you,
family.
man. I
We
appreciate
enjoyed
it.
the journey.
We
Yeah,
do.
heck yeah. So this is one I was talking about before, and it's called "I'm a Liar." I can drink whiskey, sit my ass back on the couch, not give a damn who you're with or where you've been hanging out. I can light up in Al Capone, I'll close my eyes and clear my head, find some comfort knowing I've got more room in my bed. Need no one to save me. If I'm being honest, I'm doing just fine. But if I were honest, I promise I wouldn't be lonely tonight. 'Cause I'm a liar. I said some things I know I don't mean. I can drink water till the sunrise, lay back and back by the beach. I ain't fine, no need to say it, I already know. I can fake smiles till sunrise, lay back with a drink by the fire. But honestly, I'm just a liar. I can tell you I'm okay, I'll lie to your face and say I'm doing my best. But lately this hair's feeling thicker as 100-pound weight on my chest. I need no one to save me. If I'm being honest, I'm doing just fine. But if I were honest, I promise I wouldn't be lonely tonight. 'Cause I'm a liar. I said some things I know I don't need. I need a shot of holy water. Instead, I'm drinking gin beans. 'Cause I ain't fine. No need to say it, I already know. But I can fake smiles till sunrise. Lay back with a drink by the fire. Honestly, I'm just a liar. I need a confession to heal this depression, just to make it out of this alive. So if I tell you I'm doing alright. I'm a liar, 'cause I said some things I know I don't mean. I need a shot of holy water. Said I'm drinking Jim Beam. 'Cause I ain't fine. No need to say it, I already know. But I can fake smiles till sunrise. Lay back with a drink by the fire. Honestly, I'm just a liar.
Wow, again, that was Jimmy MacWilliams, M-A-C Williams. We want to thank you for coming in. Thank your family and the studio audience. Dane and Maeve back behind the curtain there, making making me and my friend Francois look and sound good. Check out Francois Samad, too. He plays all around New England and in the some of the islands, too.
Some of the islands, Canada too, and just like extending, every time.
He's never in one place, man. He's everywhere. Call him like,
Yeah.
where are you? I'm in Bahamas.
I'll go visit you in Nashville. You know, I've never been in Nashville, man, since
That's
I moved
crazy.
to the US.
You gotta
I
come
know.
down.
Yeah, we're going to get on there.
100%.
Yeah, when any
It's
of
not
our
by lack of
listeners are...
trying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, too much fun.
Yeah. If anyone's ever down in Nashville.
Yeah, look him up, Jimmy MacWilliams. And I want to thank actually both of you guys for being my friend and being part of
Absolutely,
this.
man.
This has been great.
It's really been an
Thank
honor
you,
to be
John.
here. Thank you for having me back again.
Thanks,
I really
guys.
appreciate it.
Thank you. It was good to hang out with you, man.
Absolutely, man. Pleasant
Thank you.
surprise seeing you here, man.
Thanks.
That's a wrap.